Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Celebrity Diary Tarot. Today, we're going to take a look at the current energy of BTS members, what they might be feeling, focusing on, and where their energy is right now. Please remember, this is just an energy reading. Energy shifts over time, and this is meant for entertainment purposes only, so don't take it too seriously or personally. Don't be offended. Take only what resonates and leave the rest. If you enjoy the reading, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It really supports my work. Speech balloon also, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below, and let me know what you felt or picked up from the reading. Thank you so much for being here. Now, let's get into the energies and see what the cards have to say about BTS today. Alright, starting with Suga, the cards we are having for him are Queen of Swords, Three of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and the bottom of the deck is Eight of Cups. Let's dive into this. The first card is the Queen of Swords, and it's setting the tone for this reading. This is someone who has gained clarity after a long period of confusion or inner conflict. She's not emotional, she's honest, straightforward, and cuts through the noise. I feel like Suga has recently made up his mind about something that has been bothering him deeply. There was something that really weighed on his heart, but now he has clarity. It was difficult to do, but he finally made up his mind. Then we have the Three of Swords, which shows the pain behind that decision. This wasn't easy. There may have been emotional heartbreak, disappointment, or internal struggle. And yet, what I'm picking up here is a very mature energy from him. Like he said to himself, if hurt will come, then I'm ready to face it too. That's powerful. He's no longer running from discomfort. He's ready to embrace whatever comes, even if it's painful, because he wants to change this situation. That leads perfectly into the Wheel of Fortune. This is not a small card. This is a divine shift, a major turning point. Something is changing in his life very soon. And this shift is not forced. He's the one initiating it. He's determined to do something that will shift his life's direction. I feel this is a karmic cycle finally closing out, or a new chapter that's about to begin. And look at what's coming with it, the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment, contentment, joy, peace. Whatever decision he has made, it's aligning him with what his heart truly wants. Even if the process is uncomfortable, what's on the other side is something he's longed for. It's not about pleasing others anymore. It's about doing what truly makes him feel happy inside. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is about grounding, nurturing, stability. He's working on something that will bring him long-term security. Something that's very connected to his professional side, but also brings internal emotional grounding. I feel he's being very intentional right now. Not just working for success, but for balance, for wellness, for peace. Then comes the Six of Wands, which is amazing to see. This tells me he's moving toward recognition, success, and public celebration. Whatever he's doing right now, it's something that will soon be announced. This could be a new project, a collab, or something deeply personal that he's decided to take public. It's something that will bring him not only external recognition, but internal victory. He's walking out of a stuck place into the spotlight again, but this time with more purpose and alignment. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. That confirms everything. He's walking away from the past, from anything that no longer serves him. It could be emotional attachments, limiting beliefs, or even expectations placed on him. He's made the conscious choice to move forward, even if it hurts, because his peace matters more now. He's finally listening to his soul. To sum up this energy reading for Suga, he made up his mind over something that was bothering him so much. It was difficult to do, but he made up his mind. If hurt will come, he's ready to face it too. But he wants to change the situation. Something he's determined to do is shifting his energy, and there is change coming soon. It's a divine shift that will bring happiness to his life. Whatever he's doing, it's for his personal and professional growth. He's working on something that will bring him stability, recognition, and success. He might announce something soon about a project or work-related thing. He's no longer stuck in the past. He wants to move forward. That's what I'm getting for Suga right now. Powerful transformation, strong decisions, and forward movement. Let me know if this resonates with you in the comments. Okay, this was Suga's energy. Let's see Jin's current energy. Now, let's move into Jin's cards and energy. The cards we are having for Jin are
King of Swords,
Page of Swords, the Fool, the Hanged Man, the World, Ace of Swords, and the bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands. Okay, first of all, let's just talk about the World card and the Fool together. These two together are really speaking loud today. It's very clear he's doing his world tour right now, right? And the World card is literally representing that. He's moving through different countries, completing phases or locations, and traveling globally. But the Fool card beside it brings a playful, exciting energy. It's like Jin is not just traveling, he's actually enjoying it to the fullest. There's this lighthearted, adventurous side of him that's really activated during this tour. He feels free, he feels refreshed, and he's ready to just explore this journey as it unfolds. Then we have the Page of Swords, and this card made me smile when I saw it. Because it tells me Jin is spying a little bit. Yes, he's curious, checking on the reviews, the comments, and how people are reacting to his concert. He might not show it, but he's keeping an eye on what people are saying, maybe on Twitter, YouTube, or wherever fans are expressing love or feedback. And I'm also picking up that he might be doing both online and offline events. I'm not sure if his concert is streaming online too, but if it is, he's definitely happy and excited about that. He's loving the online-offline mix because it helps him reach more armies all over the world. Then comes the King of Swords, and this is really strong energy. Jin is showing up here as someone who has made up his mind about something. His mental clarity is very sharp right now. He knows what to do and what not to do. There's a sense that he's planned something very intentional. And whatever this plan is, it's coming from logic and clarity, not just emotions. But here's the twist. The Hanged Man appears next. So although he has made up his mind, there's still something he's pausing to reflect on. He's asking himself, should I really go forward with this plan? Is this the right move? So there's some deep thinking going on behind the scenes. Even though he looks confident and put together on the outside, he's still processing something deeply. Now coming back to the World, Three of Wands, and the Fool, this combo is huge. All of them together show this big shifting energy. It's definitely giving overseas travel. I feel like he's finishing up one country or city and then heading to another. He's already looking ahead, he's expanding his path, and preparing to move forward. That's what the Three of Wands shows. He's waiting for the right moment to set sail to the next destination. So you'll definitely see more of his overseas concerts coming up. Then comes the Ace of Swords, and this one really caught my attention. Because this card often brings in clarity, truth, and sometimes a surprise. I feel like there's a surprise coming that's been very well planned by him. Like something unexpected might be revealed or announced, and it's something that will really shock or impress people. But here's the thing, this isn't random. With the King of Swords also here, this surprise is strategically thought out. He's doing it with intention, to show a different side of himself. And I feel like this surprise might unfold during one of his overseas concerts. So just summarizing this intuitively, he's doing his world tour right now. The World card and Fool card together show that clearly. He's enjoying it so much, both the travel and the performances. He's also spying on fans' reactions, checking how people are feeling about his concert. Whether it's online or offline, he's really enjoying doing both. He's clear-headed right now. He knows what to do, what to avoid. He's planning something, but also pausing to think deeply whether it's the right step or not. There's a strong overseas travel energy, finishing one location and heading to another. World, Three of Wands, and Fool all point to movement, shift, and traveling. And lastly, the Ace of Swords tells me there's a surprise coming. Something planned, bold, and possibly even a new version of Jimin that people haven't seen before. I feel like you'll see a different side of him in one of the upcoming overseas concerts. Maybe something more raw, more powerful, or more unexpected. So that's the current energy I'm picking up around Jimin. The cards are showing a beautiful blend of logic, planning, movement, and a hidden surprise. Let me know in the comments what you think this surprise might be, and whether you're tuning into his concerts online or offline. This was Jin's current energy. Okay, let's see Jope's current energy. Let's go ahead and get into J-Hope's cards. The cards we are having for J-Hope today are King of Swords, the Emperor, Eight of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Three of Cups, and the bottom of the deck is the Hermit. Okay, so let's take a moment to notice something important here. Jimin also started with the King of Swords, Suga was in the Queen of Swords energy, and now J-Hope is showing the King of Swords again. So, all three of them are currently in this very strong mental clarity zone. They're really in a place where they are protecting their space, their world, and putting up boundaries to unnecessary things. And this tells me they're all evolving, individually and as a group. Now, focusing on J-Hope, what I'm getting here is that he's also having strong mental clarity about something that has been on his mind for a while. And at the same time, he's been very quiet, processing things and really just watching, not acting impulsively. The King of Swords and the Emperor together. This is huge energy. Especially that Emperor card. This is someone taking full control, stepping into their power and making decisions from a grounded, logical place. I do feel like something happened, something that shook his confidence a little. Either it was a project, or a plan that didn't go the way he expected, or maybe even doubt in himself. But instead of running from it, he's now working on his confidence and trying to build something that will help him rise again. Stronger, clearer, more powerful. So yes, he is definitely planning something. And he's taking control over his thoughts and emotions, and acting from a place of maturity. With both the King and Emperor here, he's not just reacting emotionally, he's strategizing. He knows he wants to create something big, and he's setting that foundation now. The next card we have is the Eight of Cups, and this really says a lot emotionally. There's definitely been some disappointment, either recently or something still lingering from the past. But the important thing here is he's walking away from what no longer serves him, whether that's a thought pattern, a project, a feeling, or even an expectation. He's letting go of what was blocking his energy. He wants to get back up again, and that's the vibe I feel. He's rising from something, and it's quiet, personal, deep. Then we have the Four of Pentacles, and this tells me that there was something that he was really holding on to tightly. It could be a fear, a thought, or even a past experience that he couldn't let go of. But now, he's starting to realize that letting go is a form of protecting his world. If he holds on too tightly, it only makes his inner world suffer, and he's becoming aware of that. He's trying to release, to surrender what he can't control. And it's not easy, but he's choosing to shift his mindset. Then comes the Two of Wands, and I just have to say, this card really confirms that he's planning something. He's thinking ahead, possibly even something international. There's this energy of, what's next? Where should I go? Is it time to move forward? And I'm picking up a long-term plan. It's not just a one-time thing. This feels like something he's been sitting with for a while, maybe even months. Honestly, I'm also getting a travel or overseas vibe here. Is he flying overseas soon? Or has he already gone? Because with the Two of Wands plus the Emperor and Eight of Cups, that gives me movement, preparation, and distance. If any of you know, let me know in the comments. Then comes the Three of Cups, and I really smiled when this card came out, because this shows celebration, teamwork, and collaboration. So now I'm wondering, are all BTS members working on a group project right now? Because this card is pointing toward that. J-Hope is clearly working and planning, but this also shows he's celebrating with his members. There's joy here, but it's also connected to work. So it could be a joint performance, a secret collab, or something planned for the group. And finally, we have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. This really brings everything together. He's been in this deep reflection mode, thinking a lot, probably more than anyone realizes. He's analyzing everything from his emotions to his next step to his purpose. He's looking within before he acts. And I feel like that's why he's been a little silent or private lately. He's building something silently. So, summarizing what I'm getting from J-Hope's energy right now. He's having strong mental clarity, just like Jimin and Suga, and putting boundaries around his peace. He's been processing something quietly, working on his confidence, and preparing to rise again after a disappointment or moment of uncertainty. He's planning something huge, and with both King of Swords and Emperor, it's something major. There's a strong overseas or travel energy. Something is moving or being prepared in that direction. He's working and celebrating with his members, possibly part of a group BTS project. And with the Hermit, he's doing all of this from a quiet, introspective space, deeply analyzing what's next for him. Okay, this was J-Hope's current energy. Let's see about RM's current energy. Now, let's get into RM's current energy. The cards we are having for him today are the Hanged Man, King of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Empress, Four of Cups, and the bottom of the deck is Five of Pentacles. First of all, let's just point this out. Almost every BTS member lately is getting the King of Swords or Queen of Swords energy. This shows a collective shift. They are all gaining a strong sense of mental clarity, cutting off distractions and protecting their peace. And for RM, we're starting with the Hanged Man, so this reading immediately feels spiritually deep. The Hanged Man is telling me that RM is going through a period of spiritual awakening. And because we are starting the reading with this card, it feels even stronger. He might not talk about it, but something is happening internally. He's being asked to surrender, to look at life from a different angle, and to let go of old ways of thinking. He might feel a bit stuck or delayed, but it's all part of this awakening he's going through. This pause is not punishment. It's actually preparing him for something deeper. Then we have the King of Swords, again, showing up in a spread. This shows he is really trying to gain clarity on something he's been working on, maybe even something he's been mentally stuck on for a while. He wants the truth. He wants answers. And he's trying to cut through confusion, to see what's real and what's just noise. So this awakening feels mental and spiritual, like a deep inner cleanse. The next card is the Two of Pentacles, and this makes it very clear.
He's really busy right now.
He's juggling so many things at once. Personal life, creative ideas, team projects, emotions, it's a lot. It feels like he's been doing this for too long, and now his energy is reaching a point where it's hard to manage everything at once. And maybe that's also part of his awakening, realizing that in order to gain clarity, he needs to slow down and let go of trying to do it all at once.
With the Knight of Swords, I'm picking up that his mind is in a rush. He's moving fast, always thinking, always pushing, always planning. But there's this restlessness. His mind is not at peace. And maybe he's not even realizing how exhausted this makes him feel. There's this energy of, I need to do this, I need to finish this, I need to move forward. But the deeper truth is he needs to pause and breathe. Then we have the Empress, and this is a very powerful card. It shows that whatever he's working on, it's something creative, something that connects him to his soul. It could be music, art, writing, or something behind the scenes. Whatever it is, he's putting his heart and creative energy into it. But what's beautiful about the Empress is that it's not controlling energy. It's nurturing, surrendering, and peaceful. So even though he's pushing himself, this card is telling me that eventually he'll shift into a more grounded, peaceful state. He's coming into his power, not the loud kind, but the quiet, artistic, soul-connected kind. Now comes the Four of Cups, and here's where it gets personal. I feel like there's a missed opportunity he's reflecting on. For some of you, this could be a female figure in his life. Someone he feels he might have missed a connection with. Or it could be related to his creative life, a project or idea he feels didn't go the way he hoped. Either way, there's this sense of what went wrong. He's emotionally disconnected from what's in front of him. He's thinking deeply, maybe even with regret or doubt. So right now, he's in a heavy introspective space, reflecting on choices, both personal and creative. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles. This is showing me that deep down, he's feeling lonely, maybe even abandoned or left out. There's a certain kind of emotional coldness, not necessarily from others, but from within himself. Like he's shut himself off emotionally to cope with how overwhelming things are. There's a sense of, even if I'm surrounded by people, I still feel like something is missing. And this feeling may not be visible on the outside, but inside, it's definitely there. So, summing up what I'm getting from RM's current energy, he's going through a spiritual awakening, guided by the Hanged Man, a phase where life is slowing him down so he can look within. He's gaining mental clarity, trying to understand what he truly wants through the King of Swords. He's juggling too much, with the Two of Pentacles showing that he's overloaded and overwhelmed. His mind is in rush mode. The Knight of Swords is showing he's pushing too fast and it's becoming exhausting. But with the Empress, he's reconnecting with his creative side and coming back into his soft power. There's a sense of missed opportunity, either personal or creative, shown by the Four of Cups. And beneath it all, there's a feeling of loneliness, like he's walking through something emotional in silence, shown by the Five of Pentacles. Okay, this was RM's current energy. All right, now let's see what's going on with Jimin's energy. The cards we are having for him are Four of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, Six of Pentacles, the Tower, Very Treasure, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so let's see. The first card is the Four of Swords. Right away, this tells me that Jimin is currently in a stressful situation. Either something happened recently, or he's just overthinking a lot. His mind is very active right now, and not in a good way. There's mental exhaustion, and I feel that he really needs to pause and heal. He might be trying to do a lot without realizing how much it's draining him internally. So while he's trying to move forward, the universe is asking him to slow down and rest. He's healing, but he's still in the process. It hasn't completed yet. The next card is the Queen of Pentacles. This shows that there is also a stability issue. He's working hard on something, or stressing over a project that he's working on. This isn't a small project. It feels huge. Something he's putting his heart into. Something that's deeply connected to his career. He's trying to bring more security into his professional life, but at the same is also causing pressure. He's probably thinking a lot about how to manage it all, how to make it successful, how to make it feel right, but he's also overwhelmed. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So here's where things get really interesting. There's a shift coming. Or maybe it's already happening. Something in his life is about to change big time. And this shift is not something small. This is a fated event, something divinely planned, something that the universe is pushing forward because it's part of his soul's journey. It's like, Jimin, it's time now. It's time to go in this new direction. Whatever he's been stressing over, the change is coming to reset him. That message becomes even clearer with the Fool card right after. He's taking a risk in some direction, something brand new. It might feel unfamiliar or scary, that he's moving forward anyway. This could be a new project, a new role, or a whole new chapter in his creative career. And it's interesting that this Fool card comes right after the Wheel of Fortune, because it tells me that this leap of faith is guided. It's not reckless. It's part of the divine shift happening in his life. And he's being asked to trust the process. Then we have the Six of Pentacles. So what's happening now is he's trying to bring balance. He's focusing on how to balance his career, his emotions, and maybe his relationships too. He's trying to create a stable foundation where things are more equal, more fair. Maybe he felt like things were off balance before. Too much giving, too much pressure, or not enough reward. So now he's rebuilding and focusing on creating something that's more sustainable. He wants to feel grounded. He wants his work to feel fair, clear, and steady. And emotionally too, he's trying to find that center point again. But then we have the Tower, and this is important. There's something happening suddenly in his life, something that might shake him to the core. It could be an unexpected situation, or an inner breakdown, something that forces a reset. And earlier, I already said the Wheel of Fortune is here. So the Tower being right underneath that is confirmation. This is a fated event. Something meant to happen to remove what no longer serves him. This could feel chaotic or emotional at first, but the purpose of this Tower is to help him rebuild on stronger ground. The old has to fall for the new to rise. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. This is the energy he's moving into, and it's powerful. Whatever happens with this shift, it's going to lead him to feel more confident, more secure, more in his own power. The Queen of Wands is bold. She doesn't fear judgment. She shines in her own way. And this is what Jimin is coming into. So this Tower, even though it feels disruptive, is actually helping him grow. He'll come out of it with more clarity, more creativity, and more personal power. So to summarize Jimin's current energy, he's in a stressful space, overthinking and healing. Shown by the Four of Swords. He's working hard on something, a big project, likely tied to career, with the Queen of Pentacles. A major shift is coming, or has already started, a fated event, guided by the Wheel of Fortune. He's taking a leap of faith in a new direction, a bold move in his career, seen in the Fool card. He's trying to rebalance his energy, emotionally and professionally, with the Six of Pentacles. A Tower moment is unfolding. Something sudden or shocking that's meant to realign him. And at the core of it all, he's coming into his Queen of Wands energy, confident, creative, and fully standing in his light. Okay, this was Jimin's current energy. So let's begin and see V's current energy. The cards we are having today are the Devil, Eight of Cups, Nine of Wands, Queen of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, the Star, and the bottom of the deck is the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so starting off, we have the Devil card, This is a very heavy energy to start with. The devil represents something toxic, something controlling, something that feels like it's got a tight grip on you, emotionally, mentally, even spiritually. And right now, V is dealing with something that is making him feel stuck. This could be a toxic cycle, an addiction, or a pattern that he can't seem to break. It's something that's draining his energy, both mentally and physically. And he's really been carrying this silently. It's not something he's showing on the outside. With the Eight of Cups right after, this is where we see the shift. Despite the devil energy, V is trying to walk away from this negativity. He's trying to leave behind either a toxic person or even his own toxic behaviors or patterns. Whether it's emotional dependency, fear, old attachments, or something deeper, he is emotionally walking away. He knows it's not helping him. He knows it's been draining him, so he's beginning to detach, step by step, from what no longer serves his soul. But it's not easy. The Nine of Wands comes next, and this card tells me that he's still not completely over it. Whatever he's trying to let go of, there's still this part of him that keeps looking back. He hasn't fully given up. He's been through a lot, and this card shows he's wounded but still standing. He's been guarded, maybe even feeling like he has to protect himself. But the thing is, he's still watching that thing from far away. It could be a person, an old habit, or a situation. Something that's hard to let go of completely. Then we have the Queen of Swords. Now this could represent a specific air sign woman, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Or, more symbolically, it could be someone he had to emotionally detach from. I feel like he had a strong connection with this person, but at some point, he realized it was becoming unhealthy. Maybe obsessive, maybe toxic, maybe too emotionally draining. So now, he's trying to walk away, or he has walked away, but emotionally, he's still processing it. The Queen of Swords shows he's now putting up boundaries. He's guarding himself. He's trying not to let this affect him anymore, at least not mentally or emotionally. If this Queen of Swords is not a person, then it represents his own inner energy. He's becoming more detached, more clear-headed, and more strict with his boundaries. He's saying, I can't let this ruin my peace anymore, and that's very powerful. Next comes the Ten of Pentacles, and this is where we see his true focus shifting. V is now focusing deeply on his career, his foundation, and even possibly his future family life. He wants stability. He wants to build something that lasts. He's moving away from emotional chaos and focusing on real-world stability. This is the energy of someone who is ready to work hard, invest in long-term plans, and create security not just for himself, but maybe even for his loved ones too. Then we have the Star. This is such a healing card. V is in a place where he's now healing. After walking away from something toxic, after going through emotional stress, after guarding himself, he's now focusing on hope, on light, and on finding himself again. The Star is like a reminder from the universe. You are not alone. You're on the right path. Keep going. And I feel like V is now focusing on his position, his image, and his purpose. He wants to grow, not just as a. And finally, we have the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This confirms everything. He's not letting emotions lead him anymore. He's being practical, reserved, and very protective of his energy. Right now, he's holding on tightly to what matters: his career, his vision, his goals. He's being logical, not emotional. He's focusing on stability, and he's not allowing distractions to get in the way. So let's summarize V's current energy. He's been feeling trapped or stuck in something toxic or addictive. Shown by the devil. He's walking away from that emotionally and mentally with the Eight of Cups. But he's still struggling to fully release it. With the Nine of Wands, he's looking back and still healing. He's either had to cut off a specific air sign person or he's being more emotionally detached and guarded. Shown by the Queen of Swords. He's now focused on his career, building long-term stability and legacy. Shown by the Ten of Pentacles. He's in a healing process, choosing hope and purpose with the Star. And overall, he's being practical, guarded, and focused on his foundation with the Four of Pentacles. Okay, this was V's current energy. Let's dive in and see what's going on with JK right now. His current energy. The cards we are having today are Seven of Wands, Eight of Swords, Page of Swords, Ten of Swords, Six of Swords, Judgment, Three of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Wands. Okay, so first of all, I'm seeing a lot of swords and wands energy here. That's a lot of mental tension and action pressure. Let's start with the Seven of Wands. This is a defensive energy. Jungkook is either currently in a situation or recently was where he's resisting something. It's like the universe is presenting something to him, but he's pulling back. It's like he's saying, I don't want to face this. I don't want to deal with it right now. He's holding himself back from stepping into something that may be uncomfortable but necessary. But here's the thing. This situation feels like a wake-up call from the universe. Because with all the tension in these cards, this is not just random stress. It's like a divine push. The universe is like, you can't hide from this anymore. Whether it's something emotional, personal, or career-related, it's high time. He's being called to deal with this. But still, his current energy is stubborn. He's holding on to fear or overthinking. Then we have the Eight of Swords. This is very clear. He's mentally trapped. He's caught in his own negative thoughts, his own doubts, and limiting beliefs. It's like he can move forward, but something in his mind keeps saying, I can't. What if I fail? What if it doesn't work? It's not that the door is locked. It's that he believes it is. This is creating a lot of stress and inner conflict. His mind is running in loops, and it's exhausting him. Next is the Page of Swords. This shows that while he's resisting action, he's still very mentally alert. He's watching something or someone closely. There's spying energy here. He could be checking someone's profile, watching from a distance, or just observing quietly. He's active but not expressive. He's thinking, planning, worrying, but not doing much openly. Then comes the Ten of Swords, and this one's heavy. Something in his life has either ended or is in the process of ending. It feels like a painful situation, and the worst part is, he didn't want it to end like this. He may have tried to avoid it, delay it, or fix it, but in the end, it happened, and now he's holding on to the pain of that forced ending. This could be a personal relationship, a collaboration, or even a dream that didn't go as planned. He feels exhausted, emotionally and mentally. The Six of Swords and Three of Wands now show a shift. After this ending, he's either moving on emotionally or literally traveling. And because both these cards relate to movement and distance, it could be overseas travel. If he's not already traveling, there's a strong chance he's about to. And it feels like it'll be kept private or low-key. This travel is not for fun. It's for healing or for starting something new. Then we have the Judgment card, and this is the spiritual core of his reading. This is a divine moment of realization. After going through an emotional breakdown or mental struggle, he's awakening. The universe is calling him to rise up from the pain, to answer his calling, and to do what he's meant to do. No more running. It's a soul-level realization. He's been hiding behind fear or guilt, but now it's time to face it all and make a decision. Finally, the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck, he's carrying a huge burden, not just physical work, but emotional pressure, unspoken words, expectations from others, and inner struggle. He's been trying to handle everything alone, but it's too much now. This 10-10 energy with the Ten of Swords and Ten of Wands shows a cycle has ended. And even though he didn't want it to end, the universe is saying it had to happen. Now it's time to start fresh. So, final summary of JK's current energy. He's in a defensive mode, resisting a situation he's being pushed to face, caught in a mental cage, overthinking and limiting himself with fear-based beliefs. Experiencing or just experienced a painful ending, something he didn't want to let go of. There's spying energy, watching someone or something quietly, active online but not expressive. A period of spiritual awakening is underway, with the Judgment card showing divine intervention, signs of overseas travel or relocation after this emotional shift. 10 of Swords plus 10 of Wands show a karmic cycle is ending, pushing him toward transformation. He's being called to release the past, face his fear, and start a new emotional chapter. Final summary of all BTS members' current energies. So, as we wrap up this reading, let's take a quick look at the energy of all 7 BTS members together. Suga. He made a difficult decision that brought pain, but it's helping him shift. He's working hard on a project that will bring growth and recognition. He's no longer stuck in the past. He's focused on moving forward. Jin. He's enjoying his world tour, but also deeply thinking about something he's planning. He's unsure about a certain idea and is going through reflection. Travel and surprises are ahead for him. J-Hope. He's in deep thought mode. Something from the past disappointed him, but he's bouncing back and working on something big. He's possibly overseas, preparing for a collaboration or personal project. YRM. He's spiritually awakening. There's a lot on his plate, mentally and emotionally. He needs rest, but he's shifting toward a peaceful power through a creative journey. He's also reflecting on missed opportunities and healing. Jimin. He's stressed but healing. A fated event is pushing him into a new phase. He's taking risks, letting go of what's not serving him, and moving toward stability in his career. Big changes are coming. V. Taeyang. He's breaking free from something toxic. He's walking away, setting boundaries, and focusing deeply on his career. He's healing, rebuilding, and no longer letting emotions control him. Jungkook. He's facing mental pressure and struggling with a painful ending. He's hesitant to act, but is being called by the universe to step forward. Travel is likely, and this marks the beginning of a new emotional and spiritual chapter. Thank you so much for joining me in this full BTS energy reading. I put a lot of time and energy to make these readings. I will appreciate your love and support to my channel. Also remember, energy changes all the time. What matters is how we grow through it. So take all readings as entertainment purpose only. If this reading resonated with you, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know whose energy you connected with the most. Until next time, take care and stay in your light.